Hey everyone, welcome back. I am so excited today. I did my very first Trader Joe's fall haul. I have had this plan for a couple of weeks, and I know it sounds silly, but it's only the second time in my life I've been to Trader Joe's and my very first time going there during the fall. So let's get going. I am so excited to head in. I'll try my best to show you all the fall things as well as some general prices for anyone who's never been to a Trader Joe's. The store is really busy today, so there's going to be some jump cutting around because I'm trying not to film people, trying not to get in the way and be annoying. I found these brown tomatoes, which I've never heard of. They don't look very appetizing. They may be delicious, but for the price, I passed up on those. This chicken curried salad looks amazing to me, but I make my own, and for that price, I'd pass. And there's so many healthy sounding and delicious sounding prepared foods here. So I decided to snag this garlic and herb pizza dough, and I'll show you that later in the video. Their egg prices were not competitive. Even the regular, not fancy eggs were still about double what they are in the other stores right now. But you know, who comes to Trader Joe's for eggs? Same thing with the milk. It seemed a little on the high side compared to an Aldi or a Walmart price-wise. The butter was $3.99 for a pound, which compared to Aldi, also owned by the same company as Trader Joe's, right? Today, my Aldi was $3.29, so this was 70 cents a pound more. Kind of doesn't make sense to me. Their yogurts were also on the pricey side compared to a Walmart or sell prices at a major store like Publix or Kroger. And the sour cream, that sort of thing, was kind of maybe around the same price range. But where Trader Joe's really wins the ball game is all of their frozen stuff. And here I'm showing you an end cap freezer unit full of the various fall desserts. These all look pretty amazing. I'm not a Moki fan. I don't know about you guys. Too bad they didn't package the pumpkin cheesecake so you could have a look at it. But they really have done it up on all of the various fall items this year. These pumpkin cakes look pretty interesting, but not worth the calories in my opinion. So I passed on those. We make our own apple cider donuts, so I passed on those. Same thing with the pumpkin muffins. I'm just, I love to cook, so I'm not going to pay more for something I can make at home. These little hand pies look kind of interesting. Now these, I had to get the butternut squash ravioli. Yum, yum, yum. They all look terrific, but I went for the plain butternut squash ravioli. I had seen another YouTuber post a pumpkin ravioli taste test and it was sweet, so I didn't want to get one of those. This butternut squash mac and cheese looked amazing. Had to get some pumpkin butter. And the price was really good for the pumpkin butter in my opinion, $2.99. I've seen many YouTubers raving about the butternut squash mac and cheese and crying because they couldn't find any. There was plenty at my store. The pumpkin samosas looked pretty interesting, but I passed on those, a little pricey. Good reviews on the pumpkin lasagna from what I've seen. I passed on that because I made my veggie lasagna with pumpkin marinara, so I'm guessing it tastes along the same lines. There's the price on the pumpkin butter and the pumpkin bread. I love all their little handmade signs. It's just so fun. You can't come to Trader Joe's and be in a bad mood. I will say that their produce is very much on the high end. It all looked very fresh and wonderful, but compared to Aldi, again, sister store, this all was just really pricey, somewhere between $1, $2 more per package. These pickled pups looked really interesting, but I passed. I'm not trying to buy junk food per se, and if I am, it's going to be fall. So maybe another day I'll give in and try those. But they're famous for all of their freezer foods, the variety, the quality, and I gotta tell you, if I lived closer, I would have a real hard time sticking to my budget. This maple flavored ice cream, oh, I was real tempted to buy it and just eat it on the way home, but nah. 45 minutes to get home, but OMG, I so wanted to try it. Darn it. The salted maple ice cream and the pumpkin ice cream, for a pint, that's not a bad price compared to most brands, right? I did snag a can of these maple spiced mixed nuts, and you'll see my review on those later. The number one thing on my list was Trader Joe's pumpkin spice cream cheese, and sadly, they did not have any yesterday. The manager was sweet, and she went in the back and checked for me and came out and said they're getting more in on Saturday, but that's not going to do me any good because I won't be there Saturday. These are pretty cute. I think they're a little pricey, and I'm not into buying highly processed foods, but this pumpkin rooibos tea looked pretty interesting, but I already have way too much tea. I had a quick peek-see at their toiletries items. I've just heard wonderful things about Trader Joe's toiletry products in general, and they had a bunch of pumpkin-based products, which was kind of surprising and fun. Had a good look over all of these. I was tempted to buy these hand soaps and lotions, but I already have some. They have a wonderful selection of wines that are really well priced. And because this was an early birthday splurge trip treat to myself, I did go ahead and buying a couple of these wines just to try them. I had to take a quick look at their fresh salmon case because that's my favorite thing to buy at Aldi is the Mediterranean herb salmon. Surprisingly, they appear to not carry that. This is all just plain with no seasoning. The farm raised is around the same price as Aldi per pound. The wild caught is about $4 a pound more. So I passed on this and decided to head to the checkout. I had to get a few things, and I am also celebrating closing a big deal today. So, it's been a great day. I got to go to Trader Joe's, make some extra money, and I am calling this an early birthday present to myself. So, let me spin you around and show you what I got. All right, so here are the goodies. And I will say I am shopping for one, of course, so this is not much of a haul compared to most people, but it's exciting to me, and that's what matters, right? So let's go over the fall specific items that I most wanted to try. These maple spice nut mix. I'll try those before I finish this video and let you know what I think, but I really was hoping to find some of those. And I've seen other Trader Joe's hauls where everybody was sad because they couldn't get their hands on this butternut squash mac and cheese. So I just had to try it because, all the ravings, and then just to try all the things. I don't normally go for snacky stuff like this, but 'tis a season, so I'm gonna try those. And last year, Publix had a butternut squash ravioli in their Greenwise section that was amazing. So I'm hoping this tastes as good as that does, even though I certainly don't need any more pasta. And then I didn't see these on anyone else's haul. These fall leaf corn tortilla chips, look at those, they're so adorable. Shaped like leaves, just too cute. I'm sure they just taste like, basic tortilla chips. It's just fun. And then they had this fall harvest salsa, which hopefully tastes great. and some pumpkin butter. I'm just, trying all the things. And then this maple flavored fudge. Pumpkin spice and maple are my two absolute favorite flavors, and it's only 5 ounces. So I did try this in the car on the way home. I confess, it was an hour's drive home, well, 45 minutes from Trader Joe's. On a scale of 0 to 5, I'm gonna give it a 3. As you can see, they're kind of small, square shaped, but really small, like small. And the box says 3 pieces, 130 calories, so I'm gonna call it not worth the calories, but the flavor's good. If you are a maple person, this definitely tastes like maple with a little maybe butterscotch on the side. And it does say rich and buttery English fudge with maple syrup. So then I had to get some Trader Joe's coffee. There's nothing fall about this other than the colors of the package, but I used the last of my favorite coffee beans this morning. And this was only $4.99 and it smells really good. So I'm hoping I'll like it. And then that's where I'm gonna start buying my coffee. I'll just stock up because I won't be going to Trader Joe's very often. That's a fabulous store that I can't resist buying all the things. So then, if you've followed my channel, you've probably seen me wax on about how much I love Aldi's pumpkin butternut squash marinara. So when I saw Trader Joe's has their version, of course I had to snag some. And I'll let you guys know when I try this and the ravioli what I think of it, especially that compared to the Aldi butternut pumpkin squash. And then this is not fall, but it's garlic and herb ready-made pizza dough, which is something I wouldn't normally buy, but it was only $1.99. So I am definitely going to give that a whirl this weekend. It is Thursday, September 14th, so I'll be working from home tomorrow, and I'll probably make a pizza on Saturday. And then they had these mums, aren't those pretty, for $7.99, and these are really big. I don't know if you can tell, but that same basket of mums would have been at least $10 to $15 at Walmart. These have all really bloomed well, still more to go. These have just gotten started, but Trader Joe's is really on the cold side. And of course they were sitting in the store, so they really didn't get any sunlight. And then out where I'm planning to put them eventually, I'll swing you around and show you. I bought those stands and put mums in them last year, and one died, so I need to replace it. And although mine are trying to make a comeback, I'm not sure if they're going to get with it in flower or not. But anyway, they're going to go out there in those little plant stands. And so back to my little haul. I got a cucumber. That's not very exciting, but... And then this looked really interesting. I know it's silly, but pumpkin overnight face mask. It was $6.99. It's kind of the standard size for what I think would be a moisturizer. They're saying overnight face mask. I think it's moisturizing. Let's read it here. With pumpkin fruit extract. I'll let you know what I think of it. And then these aren't fall, but they were only $6.99. And I just wanted to give some of their Chardonnay a try. I tried to get some footage of everything that was fall related, but it was really busy. So I'm just gonna say sorry up front for the jumpy footage. You know, I couldn't just keep the camera rolling the whole time. I had to start and stop. But for anyone who hasn't been to Trader Joe's, I thought it might be fun for you to have a peek-see at it. So here's my Trader Joe's fall haul receipt. I spent a total of $46.57 on food. The receipt came to a little under 83, and the difference really were the flowers, the face moisturizer, and the 2 bottles of wine. Everything else was food that I bought. And I'm not going to count this towards my September food budget just because this was a specialty trip. I'm putting this under my entertainment budget because I have had this plan for weeks, and it's also probably a tax write-off because I made a special YouTube video for it. So anyway, I am not counting this on my monthly grocery haul, but I wanted to share the receipt with you all. Now I'm going to do a taste test on a few of these things and let you know what I think. All right, here's a close-up of the nuts. Let me start with an almond, something simple. That's delicious. On a scale of 1 to 5, a straight up 5, no question about it, you guys. If you like nuts, if you like maple, it's just the right level of maple flavor. Just the right hint of sweetness without it being like a candied nut. Just like a dusting of sweetness. I guess it kind of looks that way, doesn't it? Yum. Now I'm not going to try these corn tortilla chips because I assume they just taste like corn tortilla chips. But I am going to try a little spoonful of this fall harvest salsa. All right, so that's what it looks like. Let's get a spoon in there. Oh, these little ones look perfect. Come. Going in, you guys. Give it a little stir. All right. That just looks like a tomato and I'm not sure, maybe an onion? Pepper? I don't know. Let's try it. Oh, you guys, that's so good. That is just like, You know me, I'm a spice one. But it has just the right zip of spice. You know, like you could just eat that whole jar and not be absolutely dying for a drink in between bites. It's definitely the perfect level of spice without being blah, in my opinion. All right, these other things require cooking, but I will let you know what I think of these various products. And I may be going back for more of these while I've got them. The number one thing that was on my list today that they didn't have, which just broke my pumpkin heart, was the pumpkin spice cream cheese. Wah, wah. But Aldi got some in yesterday. Hopefully I can snag 2 or 3 tubs at Aldi over the weekend because I gotta have my pumpkin cream cheese. That is just a must-have for the season. Here's a look at the finished pizza. I can't wait to dig in. That's the veggie side. Here's the barbecue chicken side. And the crust looks nice and crispy like I like it. Yum. More fall foods to come. Okay, guys. These just came out of the air fryer. They're about golf ball size. 10 in a package. I'll put the price up here for you. I'm gonna try tasting one with no sauce or anything. I'm gonna give these for what they are. This is not normally something I eat. So someone who's really into mac and cheese bites would probably be a better judge. I'm gonna give these somewhere between a 3 and a 4 on a scale of 0 to 5. It's a nice moist consistency on the mac and cheese inside. It definitely has that butternut squash flavor. Also like a marinara garlic thing at the same time. It's interesting. And I would say adding marinara to this wouldn't necessarily make them better per se. I think it's, for me, just I'm not a breaded foods kind of girl, is where I'm kind of like meh. But the flavor, if you're into, you know, butternut squash flavored type things and mac and cheese bites, I'd say you'd probably give this at least 4 is my guess. So I'm having my celebratory glass of wine for my deal closing. Woohoo! And I am going to sit down and finish these mac and cheese bites with my wine and get on with the relaxing. Thanks for coming along on my little Trader Joe's fall haul shopping joy. I appreciate you all stopping in, and I will see you on the next one.